Hello, it's Ramen Zero for the win here, and ever since Ring Fit Adventure came out, I've been trying to find new places to exercise, so today, we're on a mountain. Now I just need to find a place to exercise. Ooh, how about that suspicious hole over there? Let's go check it out. Yep, this is the spot. Alright, time to do our squats. What? Ah! Where am I? Huh? Undertale. Well, alright then. Undertale, created by Toby Fox and released on September 15th of 2015. This game is something like no other. When you first start out, it just seems like your typical RPG. You're met by this flower named Flowey, who seems to be the tutorial character of this game. Okay, so I gotta run into these friendliness pellets. Alright. Holy crap, you lied to me! I've been deceived! It was all a ruse! This is it. This is where I die. Oh. Okay then. So, yeah. We then follow the goat until she leaves us and we have to venture on our own. This isn't too bad though. The enemies are easy to start with and we have some pretty funny dialogue. Which leads us to one of my favorite parts of the game, the battle mechanics. There are 4 options: fight, act, items, and mercy. Fight and items are pretty self-explanatory, but act is something special and it is one of the main gimmicks of this game. You don't have to kill anyone. You can instead befriend the monsters and spare their lives. And while using act, you get to see a lot more personality out of the monsters and see how fun they are to interact with. But the second they get their turn, holy mother of pearl, what the heck is that? Yeah, this game goes from a normal RPG to a bullet hell game in half a second, and I love it. It actually gives you some kind of challenge while fighting monsters instead of just plain strategy like you would get in a normal RPG, and this is later utilized in very creative ways. Well, anyways, we got through this stuff, but who needs to spare anyone? Let's just keep moving. Anyway, so we get to the goat's home, and we're greeted with pie and books about snails. But come on, as nice as this place is, we gotta get on with this game, so let's head out. Hey, goat, what do you think you're doing here? Alright, I guess if we want to get through here, we're gonna have to fight her. Hooah! Wait, what the fuck? So, yeah, we just murdered her. We've been playing for only 20 minutes and we've already committed a felony. Which brings us to our next topic, consequences. In Undertale, you have 3 paths you can go on. The first one is called the pacifist route, where you spare every enemy you fight and you don't kill anyone. And this is considered the good ending. The second one is just the normal route, the route for any unexpected player that just plays Undertale for the first time and was not expecting anything. And then the final one, the genocide route. This is the route for people who thought, hey, instead of sparing everyone, what if we kill everyone? And let me tell you, this route is dark. While on the normal route, you can still talk to NPCs, and it's pretty lighthearted, even if you kill a couple people. In the genocide route, the music, gone. All the NPCs have left town or are hiding in their homes, you cannot interact with them. And the few people you still can interact with are either too innocent to know any better or are prepared to fight you to protect the monster world and the people they love. Now, I won't go any farther than that with the routes so I don't spoil too much, but it's definitely worth playing each route to see what happens. Okay, but I just killed Toriel, and I want the best ending here, so let's restart this and try again. It doesn't seem like it would matter that much.
2 hours later.
Okay, and there we go. We spared her this time. Problem solved. What? How'd he know? And that leads to the biggest reason this game blew up: fourth wall breaking. This game is very self-aware. It can be very creepy in the ways they use that self-awareness, but is mostly used through two characters, Flowey and Sans, with Flowey openly knowing what's happening and the fact that he's in a game, and Sans breaking the fourth wall mostly for comedic effect and a few times just to add a little layer of creepiness to the game. Which is another thing I want to talk about: creepiness. This game can be super creepy. Once again, mostly shown through Flowey and Sans, since they really know the most about the underground compared to everyone else, with Flowey relying on the fact that he knows everything and breaks the fourth wall all the time to be super creepy, and Sans just telling you a lot of bone-chilling things. Hey. Yeah, but no, seriously, he said that he would have killed you if it wasn't for Toriel telling him not to. It can be really creepy and make you nervous about interacting with them sometimes. Well, back to the game. And there's the title card.
It feels like somebody wants to sell me something!
Hi, Billy Mays here for Mighty Men.
Is this some kind of practical joke? Okay, now there's two of them, and the lanky one's trying to make me solve his puzzles. Is this some kind of practical joke? Okay, I can't go any longer without talking about it. The comedy. The comedy in this game is weird. Every NPC is so quirky and they all have their own funny lines. Whether the character is actually cracking jokes or they're just supposed to be a normal character in the world, but since the world itself is so weird, every normal character is weird by comparison. With the main contributor to the comedy, in my humble opinion, being Sans and Papyrus. These two are the comedic duo no one asked for, but they're happy they exist. With Sans cracking jokes all the time and Papyrus just being such a dork, you gotta love them. They work super well off each other, and it wouldn't be the same without those two. Which brings us to our next topic: characters. Man, I really gotta work on my transitions. But the characters are one of the best parts of the game. Each one has so much love and care put into them, whether it's their design, the writing, just everything about them is so great. And one of the great things about the game are the connections between each character and how some of the actions you make can directly affect the characters. For example, if you kill Snowdrake, this weird bird thing, then later in the game you encounter Chilldrake, Snowdrake's friend who went looking for him after he went missing. Meaning that people who only play the pacifist route or just don't kill Snowdrake will never encounter Chilldrake, since the only way to see Chilldrake is if you kill Snowdrake. Now, it's not like Chilldrake has this incredible, unique personality that everyone just has to see or something, but it's just these little cause and effect things that Undertale does that makes the game so special. And one thing all the characters and the entire game has is wackiness. Yeah, that wasn't much better of a transition, now was it? This game is completely nuts. Now, I've already mentioned before how weird the comedy is, but I feel like I was just scratching the surface of how weird this game can get. Whether it's the ever-changing gameplay or the absurdist comedy, this game knows how weird it is and it wears it like a badge of honor. This game never lets up on its weirdness. The second you think you're going down a normal path, some random thing will come in your way and throw the whole focus of the game out the window. Now that sounds like a bad thing, but it's executed so perfectly time after time that it just adds to the reasons why I love this game. Now, I was going to do a whole separate section talking about the gameplay, but I think I could just blend it into this section, because I think the best way to describe the gameplay is weird. This game can go from an RPG to a puzzle solver to a dating sim, all in the span of 30 minutes, and I've played this game so much that I don't even bat an eye anymore. You could be flying a jetpack at one moment, then disarming bombs the next. This game is a complete mess and is all over the place, which once again sounds like a bad thing, but it just adds to the charm of the game, which I know sounds weird and it sounds like it shouldn't make sense, but it all has to go back to the fact of how Undertale represents itself as this weird, quirky game. Meaning that when the game starts to get weird, it feels in place, because in a world where nothing fits in, everything does. And that's the genius behind the game and why I love it so much. You can have skeletons next to dinosaurs, you can have fish people next to... What the frick are you, Jerry? Now, let's move on to our final topic, emotions. This game was made to make you feel, whether it's joy, fear, sadness, motivated, or prideful. It's all in there and delivered perfectly through the game's music. Toby Fox is an amazing composer and truly knew what he wanted for his game when making each song, making sure each one made you feel something different. And the emotions are also contributed through the story. While playing, you get sprinkled little bits of lore during the game, but depending on the path you play on, you learn more about the monster world and the people that inhabit it. Now, once again, I won't go much farther than that since I really do encourage people to play the game and experience these things for the first time the same way I did. But these characters are so lovable, and by the end of the pacifist route, I've seen it leave people in tears. And in the genocide route, it makes you feel for the characters and what you've done. Tearing families apart, making the monsters go into hiding, leaving the land in turmoil. And leaves you with the thought, all this happened because of you. You were able to prevent it and give these characters a happy ending, but you chose not to. This game truly makes you feel the consequences of your actions, where in any other RPG you could play the same 10,000 times and no matter what, you'll end it with a happy ending. This game is phenomenal, still one of my favorite games of all time, and many others still feel the same way. I know the game gets a bad rap because of its toxic fan base, but just look at all the good that came out of it from people who played the game and were inspired to create because of it. Some made music, some made other games, and some made crappy YouTube videos. But I think what truly is inspiring about the game is that it was made by just one guy in a small group of people. Not some giant corporation or business here, just one guy with a copy of Game Maker Studios. So if you have a dream of creating something, whether it's a game or a song, what's stopping you? All you need is a little determination. Thank you guys for watching. That is all, and goodbye. No, but seriously, who's getting me out of this hole?